Day 3 in
I
Burkittsville.
didn't plan on running through my supplies so quickly. I'll have to get more before returning to the forest.
Better take that morning tinkle.
I don't have time for a bath right now.
Sure? You spent literally the whole day yesterday running around in the woods.
Holliday. I hope I'm not bothering you.
No, not at all. I was just on my way out. What brings you here?
Well, I'm not supposed to be over here, but here you go.
Why not?
This is our report on the Parr incident. We never released those drawings, for the family's sake. So if you could keep them under wraps.
Thank you. This will help immensely.
I will keep them wrapped in my
Sorry to
flappy,
photos.
flappy
Our
jacket.
department doesn't have a camera, so Sheriff Bowers makes me draw crime scenes.
Don't apologize. These are very detailed.
There's something else. I watched Parr's cell again last night, and I found this. Still have no idea how he keeps getting the sticks to make them. He's no help either. Claims the witch put him there. Crazy.
Thank you, Charlie.
Crazy.
Well, I better go. Sheriff's keeping a sharp eye on me.
Is he in league with the witch?
This information never made it to the newspapers, and I can see why. All of the victims had ritualistic markings on them. This stickman is similar to the shape in the Brody sketch, and the Givna Tawana as Gaia gave me.
Oh, yeah. Brody. Police report.
Police report on the Parr incident.
Police report. Rustin Parr murders. The evidence found in the Parr basement is consistent with the mutilations of 7 children. Blood evidence was found everywhere, including the ceiling of the basement. Children's handprints were found throughout the house, and the surviving child, Kyle Brody, corroborates testimony given by Parr. Coroner reports indicate that the mutilation occurred pre- and post-mortem. Strange ritualistic markings were carved on all of the children. All had markings on their foreheads. Most had markings on their forearms, and 3 of the 7 had the markings on their backs. Most markings were illegible due to the amount of decomposition, which was very odd in nature. Some seemed to have a level of decomposition consistent to being buried for a week. Ew. Others seemed as fresh as an hour old, even though they were buried for at least 4 months. Jeepers. Creepers.
I can't carry all my gear in town. I'll get it before I go into the woods.
Again. Okay. So what is on the agenda today?
Have you been to the woods? Did you find what you were looking for?
Not yet. Might I send another telegram?
Same place as before?
Yes, please.
Whenever you're ready.
Big flashlight almost dead. Stop. Mild lead poisoning. Stop. No doctor in town. Stop. Send remedy quickly. Stop. Love, Elspeth. Stop.
You feeling poorly? We can go to the sheriff's and call a doctor for you.
No, that won't be necessary. My sister can send along a homemade remedy from our mother.
Interesting. Interesting web of lies she has weaved. Alright, checked in with the spook house. So I'll just make my way down the street here. Oops. Still locked. Whoa. Cool. Got this. Little cellar entrance. No. Let me get that axe. Come on.
Police report on the Parr incident.
No. Shh. Not what I meant to do at all.
I'd better keep my distance from the sheriff. He's holding one terrible grudge against me.
Come on, man. Where do they keep their munitions?
Hello? Anyone here? I guess not.
You didn't give them a chance to answer. Come on, girl. What'd that Bible say about what's happening here in Blair? Alright. Cool. Kind of thought that cutscene at the start there might have... That dude is still in here.
So what can I get for you today?
Nothing right now, thank you.
Alright, what about Pie Man?
A damn fine cup of coffee.
Pie and Coffee Man.
Well, I can't stand here jawing all day. Take care, hun.
Hey, Britta.
Do you have any books on Native American folklore?
Well, I'm afraid I don't have much written by Native Americans. There is this book, though. An explorer wrote it during the early 1700s. He had Native American guides, and he wrote a lot about their beliefs and customs. Here you go.
Thank you, is what she meant to say.
This book, The Ancient Evil of the New World, is supposedly non-fictional accounts of real-life legends from the Black Hills. I'll duplicate some of the more probable entries from the book into my field notes. They may prove to have no more substance than the rest. However, if some of these things are for real, I underestimated the magnitude of this mission.
Probably the most remarkable of all legends and myths concerning this region is the Blair Witch. Stories of the Blair Witch began in the 1700s when a group of children accused Irish immigrant Ellie Kedward or Kelly Edward, depending on who you ask, of performing witchcraft in the township of Blair. When the town officials discovered that she had actually extracted blood from several children, they concluded that she was a witch and sentenced her to death. They took her into the Black Hills during the worst winter in written history and bound her to a tree, leaving her to die in the freezing snow. Despite the wretched cold, Ellie survived. Some would say her magic protected her from death. Regardless of how she survived, Ellie returned to the quiet township of Blair and laid waste to those who had tried to kill her. Due to the ferocity of the winter, the town's meager food supply was reduced even more. They would not survive the winter without help. Several of the town's strongest men traveled to nearby Frederick for more food. Good old Frederick. They never returned. When spring returned and the snow receded, Blair was a town of ghosts, empty homes that explained not the absence of their tenants. Blair disappeared from the face of the earth for over 50 years. Eventually, settlers found the location and rebuilt a town atop the ruins of the old, renaming the town Burkittsville. In 1825, a young girl named Eileen Treacle, pretty good at exploring the actual Blair Witch canon. Treacle from Burkittsville was playing in Tappy East Creek when suddenly Ellie Kedward's bony hand rose from the water and pulled the girl under. Several witnesses... Sorry, my diction is off. Several witnesses who saw the hand drag the girl under leapt to recover the girl, but it was too late. The witch had already taken the girl away, and there was no trace of her. For weeks afterwards, oily twigs and rags clogged the river, making it undrinkable. There was no further sign of the witch or the girl, though it was plain that Ellie's black magic fed upon children. In 1886, another young girl named Robin Weaver vanished from Burkittsville. She was playing in the forest one afternoon and simply never returned. Stories of Eileen Treacle still lingered in the minds of the town, so an all-out manhunt began for the missing girl. None of the search parties could find a trace of her, and one of the search parties vanished. Robin returned on her own soon after, completely unharmed, so a second search began for the missing search party. Finally, to the disgust and horror of the searchers who encountered them first, the missing search party was found atop Coffin Rock. The party had been bound hand to foot in a ceremonial fashion, with strange markings carved into their skin and their intestines pulled from their bodies into a pile in the center of the rock. By the time the second search party converged at Coffin Rock to recover the bodies, they had been removed. No trace remained. The witch had reclaimed the bodies for her own wicked purposes. For the next several weeks, several other people disappeared without a trace from Burkittsville. All fell into silence again, and there has been no sign of the Blair Witch since. Burkittsville, and formerly Blair Township, was a particularly uninhabited area during the years predating the encroachment of the white men. The various natives of the area, such as the Algonquin group, including the Kainai, Patuxent, Choptank, Nanticoke, Assateague, Pakamoke, and Susquehannock. I apologize to my native brothers and sisters for my butchering of the pronunciation. Those tribe names, knew there was some sort of evil in the area. stone cairns and twana, or stick. Indians were in place long before the natives spoken history, and even to this day, rumors persist of strange creatures residing in the forests of the Black Hills. Jinn. A monster spider who chopped his heart into small pieces. The jinn grew multiple hearts from the pieces, causing it to survive the most critical attack, slain by Athagwenda, who finishes the jinn by stabbing a tree limb into the earth to pierce the jinn's hidden heart. The savage who guides us has just told the most fascinating story about a creature called jinn. He called it a tree spider. In my experience, I've yet to encounter any such creature. A spindly-legged spider larger than a man. Then again, maybe I have seen one and thought it merely a jumble of fallen branches. Most terrifying, though, is George's claim that jinn cannot be killed because they keep their hearts buried in the ground under piles of stone. George is constantly alert for the telltale sound of the creature's beating heart. According to him, members of his tribe once found the living heart of such a creature in the hills north of here. They destroyed the heart before the spider could attack. Though from what I can gather, they never actually saw the spider. George deftly evades answering my questions. Sometimes I swear he's no savage at all, but a cunning, ruthless gentleman. Demon dogs. Fiendish monster dogs, part beast, part ghost, roam the darkened woods. Some claim that the beasts share only superficial resemblance to canines. Sketches of the creatures contain spines and horns and other appendages that can only be described as tusks. We heard the dogs last night. I slept not a wink, for their growls grated against my nerves the whole night through. George sat before the fire, feeding with an acrid-smelling moss that he claimed would keep the dogs away. I haven't seen the dogs myself, but Harry Lofton, our scout, claims to have seen a trio of the beasts moving through the woods ahead of us. He sketched an image of what he saw, and unless he was hallucinating badly, I fear that the minions of hell walk these woods with us. Ghosts. The legends of unsettled spirits wandering among the living are no different in Burkittsville than any other location. The tangible human fear of death, creates and maintains these legends in every human society. And the ghosts of fallen warriors wander lost through the twisting paths of the cursed forest. I've seen them for myself. George claims that the ghosts are his ancestors, wandering lost through the woods on their way to the afterlife, and I have seen such visions that support that theory. Savages in full war paint appearing and disappearing before my very eyes. But in addition to that, I've seen strange other ghosts that do not appear to be savages. Their mode of dress and the coloration of their skin is not like George or his people. Stickman. Some of these reports suggest totem-like use of human-shaped effigies. We've had to relocate our camp. Harry Lofton discovered several dolls, little totem figures made of sticks, hanging from a tree near our original campsite. I'll admit that they were unsettling in appearance, but how much harm could they do? George, our guide, fled from the scene the instant he saw them. He keeps babbling in that so-called language of his. This guy's a jerk. He seemed to be under the impression that the stick figures were some sort of ward, and I won't discredit his notion. I could feel a dark presence in those woods. It was probably all in my mind, but I'll sleep better tonight, with several miles between me and those little human-shaped emblems of warning. I've mentioned this to no one else because I can't risk losing credibility, but as we left, I looked back at the hanging display of headless figures, and I will swear that they moved, not just swinging from the branches, but moving the independent segments of their bodies as though they were alive. Cannibal woman. While preparing meat, she feeds herself but offers nothing to her husband's dogs. What's a gang? Dog's powerful medicine makes her cut her fingers instead of meat. She sucks the blood to stop the bleeding, and likes the taste of blood so much she continues to slice her fingers and suck the blood out of each one. Alright, now not satisfied, she also cuts away her flesh. Still not satisfied, she kills and eats her young child. Trash. Albino spirit animals. Among all tribes, the albino animal had spirit connection. The symbolic significance between white or the quality of whiteness is not associated with purity as in Western culture, but also wisdom and ancient knowledge of the greater conceptual and spiritual magnitude. Faceless ones. Evil spirits born in the Black Hills, these shadowy creatures' only fear is light. One legend claims they are an ancient race of giant insects that the great spirit Alawatsakima deemed too evil to exist with the rest of his creation. He banished them from his plains into the dark woods forever. Another claims they were born of the runoff of creeks filled with warriors' blood. Managishi. The Managishi, according to the mythology of the Crow tribe, were human-like things except that they had no hair. They had large eyes and head, with the rest of their bodies being quite small. They supposedly played tricks on humans. Hagondis. Hagondis is a hook-nosed cannibal clown who frightens children and is similar to Siats of Ute lore. I'm guessing on the pronunciation of a lot of these words. Faces of the forest were essentially the visions of disembodied heads and long hair that appeared to drift or sway through the trees, like in the Friday the 13th NES game. These faces were not malevolent spirits and meant no harm to those encountered. Faces have an exclusive language of nasal grunts and intonations, and heal through the blowing of ashes, which they can pick up without suffering burns from the hot embers. Heavens, what a night I've had. I've been deathly ill for the past week. I believe I was poisoned by something we ate. None of the others came down with anything, though I was at death's door. But last night, as I struggled with feverish sleep, I saw a vision. Hideous, demonic faces swarmed around me. I thought surely I had been dragged to hell, directed by Sam Raimi. But then I woke up, and I will swear that I've never felt better in my entire life. George, our savage guide, was thrilled to hear about my vision. He refuses to believe they were anything other than the so-called faces of the forest. I tried to explain that I was merely hallucinating, but he swears that the benevolent spirits were watching over me and healed me. The faces I saw were terrifying, not something I'd imagine as a benevolent spirit. As further proof that I had encountered the faces of the forest, George pointed out that my entire stock of English tobacco was gone. According to George, the faces of the forest take offerings of tobacco in exchange for help. That sounds more like they stole the tobacco and then just did something nice in return. I think it's far more likely that one of my associates helped himself to my precious stash in anticipation of my death. Black God. There was one piece of lore that the elders spoke of that was of particular interest. The story of one brave who thought that he could cheat the Black God out of the wild game he was keeping from the people of his tribe. Oh, the wild game. I got you. The winter was particularly brutal, and the food supplies had run short. Pautanahe was the strongest hunter of all the strongest hunter of all the braves in his tribe. He told the elders that the Black God was keeping the food for himself. Pautanahe, that's like a weird Star Wars name, vowed that he would place an arrow in the heart of this Black God and retrieve the food that wasn't meant for the people of his tribe. The elders tried to warn him that when someone walked into the Black God's realm, they could never escape. Pautanahe laughed at the elders and went to kill the Black God. Pautanahe painted himself with the words of his tribe and left. Some of the bravest of the tribe followed Pautanahe to the edge of the Black God's realm. Pautanahe smiled and said to them, "Soon there will be food for the people of my tribe, and a dead god can no longer keep what belongs to us." Pautanahe turned and walked a few steps more and vanished. Some say the Black God's hand reached up from the ground and pulled him into the underworld. Others say that the snow was so strong that the raging wind covered him with snow and then swept him away. The elders tell of the times that people had gone to the place where Pautanahe walked into the Black God's realm and can hear him screaming for help. The elders say that the Black God stole Pautanahe's spirit and hung it in sticks tied together. The elders tell the tribe that the spirits of those who tempted the black god inhabit the very limbs of the black god's forest. Black Hills. In the early 1600s, fur traders from the Virginia colony began trading with Native Americans in the area of the Black Hills and built the first white settlement. In 1632, George Calvert, 1st Baron Baltimore, induced King Charles I of England to grant him land north of the Potomac, that's how you pronounce that, right? River, to establish a Catholic community. Calvert died before Charles completed the charter, but his sons eventually led an expedition into the area and established St. Mary's. While surveying the area of South Mountain in the Black Hills, John Earl Ellick, a surveyor hired by the Calverts, stumbled across a child of the Pocomoke tribe who was crying. Ellick, not knowing what to do, called out loudly, hoping that a member of her tribe was nearby. 3 warriors entered the clearing and approached Ellick. They took the child's hand and pointed for him to go back the way he had come. Ellick tried to show them that he was mapping the area and pointed to the area he had left to survey. One of the warriors stayed behind while the other 2 took the child back to their village. The 2 warriors left in such a hurry that Ellick was startled. Excerpted from the Journal of John Earl Ellick. These braves were in such a fright, their eyes shone brightly with fear, and their lips parted, showing their teeth bright against their dark skin. The one brave that stayed shook his head violently when I pointed the way I wished to proceed. He forcibly grabbed me by the arm and pulled me the way he wished me to go. I argued vehemently with the savage, but he would not loosen his considerable grasp. He must have understood more of the king's English than he had previously let on. I demanded that I go forward, and he said no. I asked why, and he pulled me to the edge of a clearing. He pointed up into a nearby yew tree and said, "Bad magic," while pointing to what appeared to me to be some sort of figure made of sticks. I laughed, of course, and told him that it was ludicrous, but he was adamant and forced me to leave. He had drawn his crude knife and yelled, "Leave." While not keen on the idea of a job unfinished, I saw no need to force his hand and my demise over a parcel of land. This was the first of many encounters with the natives of the area. Most of the Indians were helpful and kind, others were violent and vindictive, but they all stayed away from the area where the cairns and stick figures were displayed, and dark shadows moved through the brush. That was quite a lot of reading I just did then. Alright, let's go get this book back to old dude, see if he's got anything else to say to us. Not a word spoken.
Yep. Burkittsville has a strange history. Amazing stuff. Yep. Burkittsville has a strange history. Amazing stuff.
Amazing stuff. Bro. Alright. Let's see. I guess I can go bother this old coot in the gas station again. Hey buddy, it's me again. You got any pork loin? Spookhouse greetings.
I'd appreciate it if you left now.
Okay. I guess the passing of the day makes no difference to this dude. Get out of my store.
How's the story progressing?
Whew, Nellie, even I don't believe it. Just have to start the presses, and then I'm off to the sheriff's with the evidence.
Can you tell me?
Oh, no, not so fast. You can read all about it in the morning edition. Feel free to come back if you have any more questions.
questions that you could tell me no to?
Feel free to come back if you have any more questions.
Alright, dialogue with him is exhausted, I guess. That's fine. But what's in here? File cabinets, or drawers rather. What about that? Nope. Can I go down here yet?
Interest in that direction.
There's other people's houses. I think that only leaves. That's the diner. And that, yeah, that was like the library. I think that just leaves the school. Oops. Hey, a child. Sorry, that was loud.
Where have you been? I thought it was burnt.
Uh-oh.
Are you okay? Emily, you shouldn't talk to her. My mom says she's... No, wait!
Hello? Hello? What's your name?
Mary Brown.
Shouldn't you be in school?
Miss Ascot sent us home early today. She's not doing very well.
Really? Why is that?
She misses the
Tell
other
me all
kids.
about it.
Were they your friends?
Not really. Just Kyle. But he's not the same anymore.
Who were you talking to just now?
Nobody. I was talking to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You look sad.
I can't find Mr. Brownie.
Mr. Brownie?
He's been gone for a few days.
What does he look like?
He's brown.
Well, could you be more specific?
Well, he's got soft fur.
I'll keep an eye out for him. Bye now.
Teddy bear, I'm assuming.
How peculiar. I just met a local girl named Mary Brown.
There she goes,
She was
talking to herself.
someone, but
What's up,
no
Creeper
one
Kitty?
was with her.
You're up
She
late.
claimed she was talking to herself.
How are you doing?
But I swear she used the name Emily. Now, one of the girls that Rustin Parr killed was named Emily Hollins. I should review the recording of her conversation just to be sure. Also, she seems to have lost some sort of pet, a Mr. Brownie. If I find it, I'll be sure to return it.
Or we could just keep it for ourselves.
School has let out for the day.
I can't go talk to the teacher. I have so many questions. No, we're not going there yet. Doing okay. You know, just another night. What do I do about getting more supplies?
Did a parcel arrive for me?
No, ma'am. Can't say that it has. Hope you get to feeling better, Miss Holliday.
That would have been a really quick response. Oh. Weird. Uh-oh.
Oh, Justine.
Hey, brought those remedies you needed.
Why didn't Spookhouse just send a courier?
Can't have this stuff falling into enemy hands.
Well, I'm happy
Good
to
point.
see you. Come on, it's the last room on the end. You did bring my ECRE pistol, didn't you?
Right here. Had a chance to test the rifle yet?
Oh, too many times, but it works quite well.
I wasn't sure how badly you were needing it, so I brought 2 of your modified batteries to give your big gun some extra power.
Big gun.
Fabulous. I underestimated this mission when I left. Thank you so much for coming, Justine.
You need anything else?
No, I have it under control. Thanks. If things get any worse, I'll call in the stranger. Now you better get going. I have a lot more work to do. Thanks again, Justine.
She looks like she has a peg leg. Like her left leg is very stout peg. Okay, woods time?
I'm ready to go into the woods now. I better take my gear with me.
Indeed. Night vision goggles. Pistol. Enhanced charge radiance emitter. Electric prod. Doctor's bag. Spectral proximity. Enhanced charge radiance emitter. Pistol. Oh, cool. So I have at least one new toy. Yeah, kill that light. Oh, what are you doing over there on the fence, Sheriff?
I just got off the phone with the sheriff of Martinsburg.
An old chum of yours?
He's never heard of you. Didn't you say you talked to him before coming here?
Shoot
No
him.
one's gone missing from Martinsburg since '34.
Oh, you don't say. I'll have to tell that to my sister.
Now, you haven't done anything illegal, as far as I can tell. But I got my eye on you. You step out of line, you're mine. You get me, little lady?
Thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate your concern.
What a douche nozzle.
Lost. The local sheriff knows my cover story is bogus. He could stir up some serious trouble if he wanted to. I should try to keep my distance.
From the sheriff? Well, I wasn't planning on trying to hang out with him. Hop that fence. Oh.
Did you hear?
Is the door opening? Yes.
About what?
I just got a phone call. The judge wasn't on vacation. He was murdered.
Oh.
And they found the body at the general store. Sheriff Bowers just arrested Daniel Cole.
Nice.
I'm heading over to find out more.
Suzanne Ascott just informed me that Rustin Parr's judge was murdered. Daniel Cole, the shopkeeper, has been arrested. I don't know if this has anything to do with Rustin Parr, but it's almost too great a coincidence to ignore. I get the feeling that something even larger is at work here.
Indeed. Well, I'm definitely going to go over there too. I can't even interact with that door. To the general store.
More of the devil's work. Oh, sometimes I feel like I'm losing the battle.
Always thought he was a big bully.
Yeah, he's kind of trash to me, man, and I'm new in town. And honestly, probably the most attractive woman here. Talk to my deputy friend here.
We got worried when we still hadn't heard from the judge. We searched his place, and it was obvious he hadn't packed for a vacation. We found evidence pointing us here. The body was in Cole's storage room, stuffed in a sack of potatoes.
Jeepers.
What did Cole
It's a
say?
big sack.
Says he didn't do it. Claims somebody else put the body in there.
Do you believe him?
I don't know. Right now, I'm just glad he's not telling me an old woman ghost made him do it. Sorry, Miss Holliday. Can't let you in. Sheriff's in there.
Well, if the sheriff's in there and you're right there, then who is guarding the axe in town hall?
Can you believe it?
No.
This story just gets darker and darker.
Lots of crazy stuff's happened since I showed up. Oh, here's this dude. I didn't even see him.
Oh, wrong.
Facing the wrong way.
This wasn't supposed to happen. All could have been prevented. All my fault.
It is all your fault. I guess I better just mosey on out into the woods while everybody's distracted with dead bodies and whatnot. I can't go into the woods right now. Somebody's been murdered. Wait, I didn't do it. Okay. We're now in the woods. So give me that thing and that thing. Probably my flashlight, yeah. Enhanced radiance rifle. Okay. Got my cattle prod ready. Wait. I should have done this before. I'm an idiot. Here's my map. Do I have objectives? Investigate the town for supernatural activity. Find and interview Robin Weaver. I still haven't done that. Analyze audio samples taken from the forest. Analyze recording of Mary Brown talking to herself. Keep an eye out for Mary Brown's... Oh. I probably should have done that before I came out here, eh? Probably. That's cool, though. Audio recorder. Wait, why is my health still so low? You don't get your health back when you... There we go. I think. It says audio recorder, but it really just kind of like looks like she wrote everything down. Oh, okay. Play.
It's cold still.
There we go.
Where have you been? At his house. I thought it was burnt. Not if the sticks are laid right. Are you okay?
She's counting the blue sticks so she can free me.
Emily, you shouldn't talk to her. My mom says she's...
Shh, somebody's coming. I have to go.
No, wait!
With the proper adjustments,
Hmm.
the recording of Mary Brown clearly contains another girl's voice.
Indeed.
I can only assume that Emily is a spiritual manifestation of Emily Hollins, Parr's first victim. There's no question that Mary Brown is very special.
Okay, so there's that recording. Forest sound recording. Let's see. What the crap?
Stranger, where are you? I need you here. Stranger?
That was my voice.
Yes.
But I've never said that. Upon analyzing the recording, I can definitely make out a voice that appears to be my own. In a great deal of fear. What's disconcerting is that I know I haven't said those words. Is this some sort of trick?
Maybe. Could be. Okay. All right. You know what? I better use that doctor's bag, which I think I have 1, 2. That is a zombie. Uncool, man. I mean, I guess I would rather it be like those guys than everything I was having to fight last night. Better check my map. So I am right there. Okay, north. And then to the east. North and to the east. Oh, dang it. He wasn't a 3-shotter. Where are you? Behind me. There. Alright, here we are.
Welcome back to my
Whoa,
home.
bro.
I can see you've learned more about the ways of the forest.
I've come into possession of another Tawana. It was found in Rustin Parr's jail cell, and it resembles a human form. What does it mean?
What you have is a bundle of sticks.
Oh, I thought I was on to something.
You are. The figure needs magic. Give it to me. This forest is more than itself. You have learned much, but there is more. Things I am not allowed to tell you. But I can tell you the path you walk now is the right direction.
All right. Tell me this. There's an area near Parr's house, a path with a large wooden structure over it that I couldn't see until you gave me the Givner. What was I seeing?
In places throughout this forest, paths branch in directions that cannot be comprehended. Such a place exists near the site of that house. Control the path, Elspeth Holliday. Walk the path. You have the power now, but walk with caution. My ancestors have walked such paths in the past. Few have returned.
Ah, delightful.
I wasn't intent on returning. My map, please. Okay. So just go back to Rustin Parr's house. It's gonna take forever. I'm assuming that's where I'm going. Alright. So south and then to the west. Wish there was a shortcut. Is this a fork? It looks like it. Yeah. That's so weird the way this is laid out. Okay, so just south. And then follow that path. For a while. Why do I have full health suddenly? I mean, I'm cool with it.
I've definitely triggered something. I've hung the Tawana over this path, and I can see that the forest is different on the other side. I just did something very stupid. I let my curiosity get the better of me, and I've gone through some sort of portal without knowing where it leads.
Oh,
it appears
jeepers.
I'm still in the same forest, but something feels wrong.
Yeah, it looks like we're in fall now.
Natural. I hope I can find a way back. There's no telling what paths the Tawana are capable of opening.
Uh-oh, it's playing the title music.
Oh, I'm still in this odd forest. I thought I'd be able to get back out of here just by passing through the portal. Oh, good lord, am I trapped here?
She doesn't sound too upset about it. Yeah, Parr's house is back. Dude. I think this must have been what was in the demo. Because this is kind of more what I remember. Nice.
This can't be real. It looks like Parr's house, but that's impossible. It was burned to the ground.
Lady, where are you going? Oh. Ghost children. There's a case there. 20 bullets for my handgun. Oh, hello. finish this floor first. Is that a... Yeah, there's a note on the ground. Uh-oh. June 5th, 1940. After all the work, I'm finally done fixing the roof. The only good thing, redacted, how to build things. I'm very tired. I think my eyes were playing tricks on me at dusk. I was putting the last shingle on the roof just as the moon was coming up. I could have sworn I saw someone there in the clearing. I called out a hello, but they vanished. I'm sure it's just the shadows of the rising moon playing tricks on me. I'm tired, but I'm finally finished. Interesting phrasing Rustin Parr used there. Let's go down into the basement. Nice. Ah, that thing. Whoa.
Oh no, my batteries are gone. Without batteries, the ECRE is useless, and it was the only thing that affected the shadow creatures.
So what do I do then?
I just saw Kyle Brody. He was in the basement of Rustin Parr's house and appeared to be communicating with one of the ghosts. Did he follow me through the portal I created? Why would he return to this scene? His mind must be very disturbed. He fled the instant he saw me.
Yeah, also, never mind the fact that you just totally saw, like,
Kyle dropped something
53 years into the future.
Looks like the other half of the drawing I got from his teacher. This side is a crude illustration of a girl laid out on a rock, like a sacrifice. It's reminiscent of depictions of the Coffin Rock Massacre.
Woo. Kyle dropped something as he ran away. It looks like the other half of the drawing I got from his teacher. This side is a crude. That's rude. Okay.
Who's the girl supposed to be? I should check out Coffin Rock as soon as I leave here.
Like, through the portal Coffin Rock, or... Yeah, I guess I probably don't really have that much of a choice. Run along, children.
I better thoroughly investigate this place. I don't want it to come out here again.
Yeah, what are you doing? I wasn't trying to leave. I was trying to get whatever this is in the fireplace. Oh!
Another page from Parr's journal.
October 28th? Is that today? Bro. Spooky. Unless it says 23rd, then it's less spooky. For me to do, and when I was finished, she would stop. She said she would stop. March 17th, 1941. Not 91. I need help. She talks to me, shows me how, she tells me and shows me how. He stands there in the corner, do it, kill, shouting in my head and shouting from the corner, all running together, all in my head, out loud in my soul. Why? It hurts. I don't want to do this. She says it and shows me. I do what I am told. I want to die. They won't let me yet, she says when they are finished. Da da da. Looks like you can walk out there. Alas, you cannot. Ooh, is that a med kit? 40 bullets. Dang, man. Rustin Parr was set. Up with ammunition, I mean.
Another page from Parr's journal.
She did. What? This. I feel like she won't come back. Disappeared? Yeah. I feel like she won't come back. Like smoke, she is gone. She talks to me. I don't want her to, but she talks to me inside my head. Sorry, Rustin. I can't make her stop. I scream and scream. But she is louder in my head. I don't think I can take this much more. My head hurts. How long has she been in my head? Why does she torment me? She tells me to do things I do want to do. Nothing's as peaceful as the sound of children's laughters and playings. He's upstairs! I heard him upstairs! Ghost Kids, rated R.
Another page from Parr's journal.
I want to stop it, and they say when they are done. May 24th, 1941. I'm finished. They let me stop. They told me to go turn myself in, and they will stop talking in my head. He's still in the corner. They said I did real good. I want to die. I'm finally finished. Finally finished. Make it stop. God, please make it stop. I'm leaving now. They will know. Dude's handwriting is all wacko. Alright. Oh, here we go.
Symbols covering the walls, drawn on east wall of Parr's house. I think this is supposed to be Coffin Rock, like the illustrations in the book from the library, but there's only a single boy sacrificed. Is that just a stain on the wall or some sort of shadowy figure looming over the boy? Oh, there are also more of those symbols. There are odd shapes on Parr's west wall. There's a cluster of circles with symbols above them. Something, as Gaia said, keeps coming back to me. He suggested that the paths of this forest shift or connect in different ways. This illustration reminds me of a map. Could there be even more paths? And how many?
Lady.
Could this Tawana send me to the real world?
Could
I
when
get
could.
so many options, and right now, more than anything in the world, I want out of here. I'll use this Tawana and hope it takes me where I want to go.
That we will do. I hope I don't get accosted on the way out of here. Oh, I didn't. Look at that. Pow. Headshot. Okay, so I should go to, whoops. I should go to Coffin Rock in this realm, right? So west and then southwest and north. I mean, you basically know where you are, lady. West. Southwest. North. Yeah. Whoa. She's almost running right up on there. Oh, jeepers.
A teddy bear?
Oh.
This looks like the teddy bear Kyle was holding when I saw him at his house area. He must have come here after I saw him at Parr's. Why did he bring it out here? And why is the stuffing all torn out?
This is pretty weird, man. Okay. I mean, theoretically, I could find my way back to town like this. Ah, crap. I'm gonna get myself super lost. Real world Tawana. Do I have to use it at the... Yeah, I probably have to use it over here.
The new Tawana is in place. The other side looks like it did before I entered the portal. Let's hope this returns me to the world I know.
I'll just
Thank God,
take your word for
real
it.
world.
All right. So, where do I go from here? I think I go that more directly west path, south of Coffin. Yeah, that's I'm almost positive that's what it is. So that's what I'll do. So kind of southeast right now. This way? Nope. Come to a fork. I think. North is fine. Take the next west fork. This way. Ugh.
Not again. I don't have time to waste.
What? It's just purple, but what does that mean? Oh, Lord. I don't know where that put me. Dadgummit, dude. Here, save it here just in case. Should be able to find my way back from there in case I'm supposed to. Oh, hello. Oh. Oh. Okay. This game got some, like, brutal boss music. Hey. Tree spider. That did seem to hurt it though. Oh. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to shoot those heart thingies. Hey, back off me, man. Ooh. I can't tell if I'm doing damage to it when it's not all glowy. Oop.
It's still on its feet. What am I missing? There must be something that will stop it.
Fire. Do I have a... I don't think I have any cool items I can use. Ew. Yeah, that's weird. What about if I use the cattle prod? Okay, I guess I can't interact with the little plates on the ground. Unless I can shoot them. Oh, wait. God, I was out of ammo for that. Ah. I am out of ammo. Yeah, that's all I got. Dang it. Yeah, let me try that again. What's up, Richie? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think I just have to, yeah, lure it away. Wow. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess, but it's really kind of difficult to tell that that's what that is. I thought they were plates at first. I was like, is he eating? Does he have like bowls of food out here? What do stick spiders eat? No, man. Hang on, let me... There we go. Cheapers.
At last.
Another horrible nightmare creature defeated.
We haven't much time in this place now that the Gen's hearts are completely destroyed.
And you are...
You may call me Jonathan Fry.
the witch hunter from 1786?
I've never heard myself referred to in such a way.
You were here when Ellie Kedwood was banished, right?
Why do you refer to me in the past tense?
You lived in the past. Well, my past, anyway.
Ah, I understand. Yes. Well, how fortunate that we should meet like this. Tell me, will I defeat the witch?
No.
Not entirely, I'm afraid. It seems the witch is still at large.
Alas, are all my efforts for naught?
As far as I know, the witch was inactive in this region for over 50 years after you encountered her.
Perhaps I will yet defeat the witch. I believe I knew the witch's true name and the name of her home. If I knew how to use that information, I might be able to defeat her. There is great power in names.
I think you should be a ventriloquist.
So I've heard.
I'm afraid our time won't last much longer. There's much I wish I could tell you. Perhaps I still can. When I finished my work here, I will leave my journal in caves near Coffin Rock. Are you familiar with that area?
I didn't know there were caves.
That's because I intend to see them when I'm done. Look hard when you're there again. You'll find my journal inside one of the caves. Use the information well. It's all I can do to help.
I'll find it. Thank you.
Good luck, Hunter. We fight the same evil.
I just spoke with a man who's been dead for over 100 years. The witch hunter who roamed these hills in the time of Ellie Kedwood appeared to me. He promised to leave his journal for me hidden in the caves beneath Coffin Rock. I'll have to go there and... Hello?
Hello?
Who is that?
How dare you sneak up on me while I'm talking to myself?
Use my light guns again. And
What?
this white owl is back.
What in the world are her batteries doing out here? Don't you think... Should we follow the owl or the lady? We'll follow the owl. I don't want to keep him waiting. Even the owl gets caught on the geometry. The AI's pathfinding might be a little broken. Oh, hey, look, a thing I killed. What? Oh.
Welcome back. What have you learned since last we spoke?
This forest is much more than it seems.
Indeed. If you know how to work its magic, you have seen few of its many paths.
Sit crisscross applesauce with me.
Over 100 years ago. I believe I was taken back in time, or he was brought forward.
A convergence. When the path bends right, you can see this forest as it is in the past, or as it will be in the future. There is no time when on these paths, only place. They are present, past, and future all at once.
The man I spoke to claimed to be hunting the Blair Witch. I assume he never found her.
Oh, he may have killed a witch, but the powers in this forest are far greater.
Are you saying there's more than one witch, or that the witch isn't human?
Neither assumption is incorrect. You have found a witch yourself.
The only person I've seen in these woods is Kyle Brody. Now I saw him at Rustin Parr's house. You're telling me that 10-year-old boy is a witch?
The boy is merely a vessel, an innocent victim transformed into a cunning tool of Hekidomix.
Hekidomix?
That's a good word.
People give names to things beyond your comprehension. My people do the same. The darkness that inhabits this place was here long before man came into this world. It is known to my people as Hekidomix. If you wish to stop Hekidomix, you must remove it from the boy.
Like with a knife?
I am the last one alive who knows how to repel Hekidomix from a human host. Using this Twana, you can drive Hekidomix from the boy. Simply touch the boy with this, and Hekidomix will be torn from his body. But once it's free of the child, that power will return to the forest. Those who have attempted to hunt Hekidomix in its true form have all perished.
It must be vulnerable to something.
The origin of Twana is unknown, though legends speak of an ancient tribe that learned to duplicate the magic Hekidomix uses to move through the worlds. The Twana allows us to open countless paths. I have found the names for some of them. A path exists that will take Hekidomix into a realm from which even he cannot escape.
So all I have to do is make another Tawana to banish Hekidomix.
If it were that simple, my people would have done so long ago.
Yeah, seriously.
I've never learned the name of the path that will banish Hekidomix. My elders spoke of Hekidomix source, a path so dark and twisted that it took Hekidomix 1,000 years to emerge. If you could send the demon back to that place, it would be powerless for the next 1,000 years. That birthplace is a true name, one that Hekidomix has kept very secret.
The witch hunter I encountered in the woods said that he knew the name of the witch and her home. That might actually be the name of the demon's home. He promised to leave his journal for me in the caves near Coffin Rock.
Find those caves and the journal. Return to me with the name of the void, and I will help you conquer Hekidomix.
Sweet.
Return when you are ready.
So, I'm looking for a witch's horcrux. Hmm. Back to Coffin Rock. Okay, west and then north. I wish I could, Oh, yeah, definitely. No more dogs. I don't want to do the dogs. Don't back into the lake, woman. I mean the river. That's probably dead. Ew. I might just avoid those guys for the time being. Oh, no, I need to go back up and go south. And follow that trail forever. And then turn south and north. Southwest and north. Dang it. Through here. Coffin Rock, Coffin Rock. Take your time. Well, I didn't find anything.
Exactly as the witch hunter said. A lot of pages are missing, but a few show that he encountered some of the same symbols I've seen. I've got to get this back to his Gaia.
Ugh, okay. I mean, I knew that was coming. But golly, that is quite the trek back. Unless... No. Okay, southeast, north. East and south. Southeast, north, east, south. Hopefully I can make this run. Pew. No. South, east, north, east, and this is right. Ah! No, that's Rustin Parr's house. I'm here now. I think this is right. Yeah, this is right. Whee! Oh! There's the owl. I didn't even see him. Keep going! Oh god! They're right behind me. Phew. Bad guys can't come in here. God knows I'm gonna have to fight them all on my way back out, though. Or dodge them anyway.
What do you seek?
Perhaps. I have the witch hunter's journal. Does this mean anything to you? What's the matter? What is it?
When I was a child, my grandfather drew this picture in the sand and told a story. It's the story of Bleeding Boy. Long ago,
Bleeding Boy, that's a
tried
weird
to
name.
enter these woods, found Hecaitomix waiting. Hecaitomix stole one of their young, and on a dark path atop Coffin Rock, he sacrificed the boy, opening the boy's belly and spilling him across the rock. Because of Hecaitomix's power, the boy never dies. He bleeds ceaselessly in agonizing pain.
Jeez.
Hecaitomix drinks the boy's blood and feeds on his pain. His tribe attempted to rescue him after discovering the secrets of the Twana. Many strong warriors and mighty shaman were taken by Hecaitomix. They could not free their captive son. The entire tribe vanished without a trace. Some other stories say that a warrior shaman named Othewenda did survive and left a warning at the edge of these evil woods.
This Othewenda is mentioned in some of the literature I found in the Burkittsville library.
Yes, he is well known in many tribes. It is said that Othewenda's magic ward remains at the edge of this forest and can only be seen by powerful shaman. With his entire tribe destroyed, Bleeding Boy was doomed to writhe in agony atop Coffin Rock forever.
But I've been to Coffin Rock.
Yeah, he definitely has a little bit of the corpse face happening.
Disemboweled on Coffin Rock. Oh, why didn't I
Whoa.
notice that before? There's a label here. Mr. Brownie. I thought Mary was talking about a pet, but this teddy bear is her missing Mr. Brownie. I found this teddy bear at Coffin Rock, cut open as if it had been disemboweled. I saw Kyle Brody with it earlier, but now I
From
know
her
it originally belonged to Mary
jacket
Brown.
of holding.
Who is this Mary Brown? Her name has been kept hidden from me.
She's a 10-year-old girl from Burkittsville.
Innocent, like Bleeding Boy. Hecaitomix intends to add Mary Brown to his eternal feast atop that accursed rock.
Kyle plans to take Mary out to Coffin Rock and sacrifice her.
I cannot guess Hecaitomix's intentions, but such a thing is possible. You must find and protect Mary Brown.
I'll do my best. But about this journal, is there anything useful in it?
You might be able to defeat Hecaitomix and free Bleeding Boy at the same time.
Interesting.
How?
Hecaitomix will not fall easily into a trap. But with the proper distraction, he may be vulnerable. If you were to free Bleeding Boy and carry him from Coffin Rock, Hecaitomix would surely follow.
How do I find this Bleeding Boy?
I can make the Twana for you on what is written in this journal.
What happens once I rescue Bleeding Boy?
Using Bleeding Boy as a distraction, you could lead Hecaitomix through another portal, trapping him in the nameless void.
I haven't come across anything that alludes to such a place. How will I find the path for this void?
I know not. You may not be the one meant to find it. If it is intended, the path will find you. If the path is learned, return to me at once, and I will tell you what you must do. It's not as simple as the other Twana you have used. I will teach you the proper way to use it. Go now. You must return to town and protect Mary Brown at all costs. Should she fall victim to Hecaitomix, his power will increase.
Nice. If using that special Twana involves anything more than scrolling through my inventory with the bracket keys and pressing the spacebar on it, I'm not interested. No. Oh, I guess he heals her too. That's pretty rad. So if I go over there, that would bring me up right there. So I need to go, so west, north, east, and then just follow the east. Keep going east, I guess. It should bring me out right here. Because this wraps around, obviously. Like, you come in here, and then boom, boom, I'm assuming. And then if you went this way, it would be boom, boom. Oh! She donked that guy's noggin. Go, 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 go. No. Nope, nope, nope. No, bro, I have come too far. Oh, no. I don't remember when I last saved it. Ah, bummer. Whoa. So this is what it looks like with no textures. This is just the pre-mapped textures. Okay. Ooh. Dang it, where's my compass, please? Thank you. North, and then to the east, yes. Run from the naked man, and the weird tree creature, and the ghost creature. Like, it's not bad enough that it's a monster, it's the ghost of a monster. And there's obviously a dude hiding there. Run, 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 run. More tree beasts. Keep running, come on, you got this, you got it. Way to go, Holliday. Day 4.
What? Daytime already? It took me all night to get through that forest? I should drop some of this gear off. It's getting too heavy.
Yeah, and you really could use a shower. Ba-dum-bum.
Right. Now I need to stop Kyle and protect Mary. Where could they be?
Where could they be? That is a fantastic question that we will answer next time.